Can. Can. All right, all right, all right. Let's move on to the stream. Hi, y'all. How are we doing today? I hope that everybody's having a great day. The first thing that I want to do before we get into the stream of it all is give a shout out to the icons of the day. Moss Green City, American Catboy, and Majestic Milo Tay. Get into it. We have two newcomers. Well, two icons who have very rarely gotten icon of the day. Thank you so much for showing up to stream on time. Hello to everyone showing up. Hi Damsel. Hi Andalise. Hi V. I saw you here. Hi everyone else. Shout out to the lurkers. Today is episode 22 of the Pretty Pink Badge Quest with the Girlypop twist by me, Pretty Pink Palmy. We are going to be going for a shiny Varoom today in Pokemon Violet, and then we are going to be going back to Mesagosa to officially defeat Pneumonia for the final time throughout the playthrough of Paldea. We have one more episode tomorrow to close out the week before we get started on our Legendary Pokemonathon. So, while I might be streaming on Friday, I only have one more episode of the Badge Quest before we start the Legendary Pokemonathon. And if you don't know what the Legendary Pokemonathon is, give me a moment and I can tell you. The Legendary Pokemonathon is a... It is a something, I'll tell you that much. Uh, why don't I do this? The Legendary Pokemonathon is a subathon event that I am starting next Monday, which would be January 19th, where I'm going to be raising money for a Switch 2 through donations and subs alike. Subscriptions alike, mostly through donations though. I think I'm gonna try to focus it on donations for the Switch 2. But also just to generally also raise funds for any other events that I want to be going on for the stream. So yeah, I'm gonna be catching all the shiny locked legendary Pokemon throughout a variety of games that I've played on stream in the past year and a half that I just have not gone out of my way to capture. And you know, normally shiny legendary Pokemon are very difficult to capture, shiny or not. So that's going to be the experience. It's going to be a great time. There are going to be viewer rewards. There are going to be other events happening. One of the things that I'm having y'all do for this event actually is go and vote for Brunhilde's team baddie. This is the wrong flyer. I actually edited this flyer yesterday. I'm actually having y'all go and vote for Brunhilde's team baddie. Brunhilde's team baddie is the team that I am forming around my one of my Pokemon in my Pokemon Shield playthrough, named Brunhilde. She's a Greedent. And basically the focus of this is I'm having y'all go and fill out this Google form where you can vote in my team members for my playthrough of the DLC of Pokemon Sword, the Kron Tundra, and the Isle of Armor. That I'm going to be playing during the Legendary Pokemonathon, because the DLCs of both Sword and Shield and also Scarlet and Violet involve a lot of legendary Pokemon. However, because we're doing a playthrough with Scarlet and Violet, that's not going to be a part of it, but I am going to play through the DLC of Pokemon Sword, just to open up the possibility for more save slots for Dynamax adventures, among other things. There might be some other events that I have planned for this. There might be some other events that I'm still working on planning for this this playthrough, and also other events that I'm planning specifically for the Pokemonathon that have yet to be announced. So stay tuned for that. I pinned the Google form if you would like to vote on Brunhilde's team baddie. You do not have to have viewed any of my previous playthroughs to vote on this. However, there are a lot of Pokemon who are mentioned from the previous playthroughs that might be a part of this playthrough of the DLC for Pokemon Sword that we're going to experience together. I also will say, we are having movie night on... We're having movie night on Saturday. And movie night is, or not movie night. We're not having movie night. We are having cartoon weekends. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do like two things at once. We're supposed to be having cartoon weekend on Saturday afternoon, and that's going to be Avatar: The Last Airbender as well as Star versus the Forces of Evil happening on January 17th at 2 p.m. It's going to be a really fun event. We're starting both of these shows, and I'm going to stay committed to watching both of these shows throughout the duration of weekend cartoons throughout the rest of the year. Whenever I have these events, I might switch out, you know, especially Avatar, but we're going to focus on watching Star probably. It's going to be really fun. Yeah, so that's all the major announcements I believe I have. There are some other things that are probably going to be going on here soon, but for now, that's all I can tell you. Let me just do like two things really fast though. I'm moving some files so that way I can put them in this into the flyer slideshow. Because for some reason they're not there. Let me do this one. Okay, so let me do this. I can do this here, and here's the flyer slideshow. You see these flyers all the time, all the time. But just so that y'all like, now we have Team Baddie and also Cartoon Weekend in there, or Weekend Cartoons. I always call it Cartoon Weekend, but it's Weekend Cartoons. Calling it Cartoon Weekend doesn't make sense. So let's have a little talk about the team from our last stream. Here. Are y'all ready to get into the stream of it all? I want to say hello to Farm Boy. Hi, Farm Boy. Hi, anybody else who's filing in. Get into it. All right, let's cut this music. The shaders. The thumbnail. Oh, yeah, the thumbnail with the shaders. Yes, of course. All right, so last episode was a little bit messy with the voting, especially because the stream went so fucking long that a lot of people weren't around to actually vote. But yeah, last episode we had immunity for Kyanite the Rockruff, who is now going to be possibly up for elimination if not voted out, if not voted for voter safety this week. We had voter safety for Tamari the Tinkaton. We had removed the icon known as Lafufu Baby, the Ceruledge, and we voted in Big Juicy the Citadel, who you also see on my screen right now. Beyond that, the other Pokemon on the team, which means that these are the ones who were up for elimination but were not actually removed from the team. We have Squelch the Gudra, and we have Mantra the Arboliva. That leaves one icon that has not been addressed, and that is Hanky Candle the Espathra. Hanky Candle is going to continually be the it girl of the playthrough until further notice. That means until probably the first or second episode of the DLC. I don't know if I'm gonna remove Hanky Candle throughout the DLC, but I think that we're gonna choose a secondary it girl baddie for the Blueberry Academy part of the DLC. But I don't know who that's going to be yet. If you have any ideas on who you would like the secondary baddie, aka the secondary it girl of the team to be for the second half of the DLC of Pokemon Violet, please let me know. I would be curious to see. Just say it in the chat right now if you want. Anyway, I've said a lot. We've talked about a lot. We've done a lot. Today's shiny hunt is Shiny Varoom, and then we're going to go battle Pneumonia. Right now, we are in the Dali Zappa Plaza. I believe that's what it's called. Dali Zappa Passage. I always called it the plaza. It's the passage. This isn't a plaza anyway. And here's me with Big Juicy. I did put out a poll earlier in the Discord server asking if we should evolve Big Juicy and Kyanite today, and both ended with a resounding yes. Although there were some people who said, who's Big Juicy? And some people who said, who's Kyanite? And my answer to that is, if you don't know who they are, you're not showing up to the stream. And that's not necessarily a problem. Although I feel like between the two, y'all should know who Kyanite is. Kyanite has been an icon in this playthrough. Anyway, we need to actually reset for a Varoom outbreak. But let's check the outbreaks that we currently have on the map before we decide whether or not we need to do that. Well, we have Dawnfan, we have Orthworm, we have Pachirisu. We have Palmot. I don't even know if we have Varoom on the actual Pokedex. Maybe we should do that. We have Veluzer. After we finish the next episode of the badge quest, I am going to start working on the Pokedex. Although I'm probably going to do that off stream because it's going to be a very quick and easy transition between having a mostly empty Pokedex to having a very full Pokedex, because I have all these Pokemon in my other game, and also in my all the Pokemon that I had in my my playthrough of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet still exist in my Pokemon home. You think that Princess the Milotic should be a representative? Princess the Milotic from Pretty Peach Pichu's Girlypop Lock in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond should be the representative for our experience in Pokemon Violet, the DLC aspect, Part 2, The Hidden Treasures of Area Zero. Indigo, whatever it's called. I like Rock Puppy. Yeah, I get it. Okay, I do have Varoom on the thing. Let's look at Varoom's habitat before we move on. Varoom has very specific habitat. It looks like it's only found either around what looks to be it's either in East Province Area 3 almost completely, and then it's also a little bit around Porto Maranata for some reason. I am a fan of Princess the Milotic, but Princess the Milotic may or may not even see her day in the have her day in the sun when it comes to being a part of the Pokemon Crown Tundra Isle of Armor. We're just gonna have to see. You like Kyanite because they make you think of Subnautica? Well, that's nice. Hopefully Kyanite stays on. Kyanite is kind of prone to being kicked off the team and being brought back on later. So if we're resetting specifically for Varoom, then we can just go here and here. However, I need to get either a steel type sandwich or a poison type encounter. Let's do poison. Varoom is a dual type. Apparently, you can make a level 2 recipe. For poison types, using lettuce, olive oil, chorizo, ketchup, and noodles. I have no clue if I have all these items in here or not. It's called the Ultra Noodle Sandwich. I have chorizo. I have noodles. I know I have lettuce. I need ketchup. And I need olive oil. Which one did you get, V? Blue Powerade Rock. And this will give you a poison encounter level 2 sandwich. Someone's DMing me. I had Taco Bell for lunch. Fun fact, did you know that? We have a level 2 poison encounter. I did get a quesarito. And the level 2 poison encounter apparently manifested a Salazzle out here in the wild, bitch. As well as an extra large still landed over here. This one is extra big. It did summon a diva, even though that's not the diva that we wanted. I wanted to summon Varoom. I got a chicken quesarito, and I put fire. It was a chicken volcano quesarito. I put fire sauce on it because that's the one that I like. Sometimes Joy-Con drift is actually just a connection issue, by the way. Fun fact. Oh, I got anything but love for you. Na 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 na. And for to drink, I drink a Pacific Punch or whatever the fuck it's called, Monster Energy, because I didn't want to spend the money on getting another drink. And I wanted some caffeine in my system before I got on the stream, or else I would die if I had to stream for another 4 hours like yesterday. Hopefully it's not going to be 4 hours today, but... We have Grafai Eye. Do y'all like Salazzle? I love a shiny Salazzle for sure. I get that right, Andalee's right. Wake it up, honestly. You feel like you see her constantly. She's definitely a baddie. I think, oh, I was like, I think this is Varoom right here. It's not Varoom, it's a question mark. I guess at this point, I wouldn't be mind going for Revved, but I would rather just get Varoom. Because Varoom is going to be easier to capture anyway. And I don't really like battling wild shiny Pokemon to death. Although I am a little bit beyond the point of not having a Pokemon with False Swipe on my team for shiny hunting, but we're not there yet. And if we're not there, we're not there. Like, we need to switch to 2.0. If I were to get a Gallade and use it for shiny hunting in this game, what would I name it? Or what if it wasn't a Gallade, but like a another Pokemon that can learn False Swipe? That also moves very quickly on the land. The real meta, if you're making a shiny hunting team, a lot of people like Latios and Latios. Although I don't think that they can learn False Swipe. So they're useful for auto battling because they move very quickly on over the land and over the water. But they're not. There's my Varoom. But they're not like they're not the meta because you'd have to like switch out your team just to go battle the Pokemon. And so in my opinion, it doesn't work. A lot of people also like a variety of other Pokemon like Iron Valiant. I prefer Gallade. That's just because I really like Gallade. And I also don't really like walking around with an Iron Valiant, although Iron Valiant is one of my favorite Pokemon from this generation. Especially considering it's a gimmick, I do like it. I'm just doing a little overview, a little glance at the baddies around the area. I'm like a firecracker. I like it hot with the taste of poison paradise. Ignore that. Those are two totally different songs. I just dropped my entire big old switch light on my desk. I like Salazzle. I've always liked Salazzle since it came out. It's definitely a good Pokemon to have on your team if you like the intimidation factor of it all. So here's the Varoom outbreak, it seems, right here. I'm already getting confused and disturbed and confused because Shiny Varoom is actually really easy to see because it's gold, and the gold is very noticeable when you see it. But especially in the nighttime or at sunset, all the Varooms look a little bit like gold or even like a bronzy, brassy color. Even though none of them are actually gold, because the actual one is very clearly a visibly different color. I kept watching the 2012 TMNT and got to a sad episode. Aww. Wait, Machete would be kind of cute. I don't know. I think I would get annoyed with myself because like I would call it Machete all the time, and in my mind, like my mind, it wants me to say Machete even though that's not how I say that word. Just because because that's like my mental association. Let's drive. Damsel, you're smart for not using the redeem because you're trying to save your coins so that you can vote out the baddies if you're around. Are you gonna stream today? When is your stream? I saw you had stream avatars open, not to call you out, so I was curious when you were starting today. I know you're gonna stream today, but like more curious on the time. Wooyong's sister is coming to Overwatch. We just got Wooyong. Why are they giving him lore? Episode 3 of the GPL at 4 p.m. Get into it. Well, I know who I'm raiding into. Yeah, I saw something about her on Blue Sky earlier, but I didn't know anything about that. I'm gonna be so real with you. What if we got a shiny, a little shiny, thing? A Poniard, I love Poniard. I guess we should have started attacking these hoes, huh? What they need to consider doing is adding those other characters that we got about when we got Mr. Freak over here. How come we're not seeing those characters? Bitch. We're gonna level up Big Juicy and Kyanite today. Please, please, please. If I am gonna be using my other switch today, but when I do that, please remind me or else I will completely forget. Kyanite is leveled up, but Big Juicy needs it. Remind me to level up Big Juicy when I do a union circle with myself. I really want a good battle today, so I'm probably not going to do what I've been doing in the other episodes of this badge quest, where like I will bring out only the Pokemon that are up for elimination in the beginning, but I'm probably going to bring out all the baddies just simply because I want to actually have a good like experience with battling Pneumonia for the last time. Although I probably will battle her again, but you know, this is like the last official battle before the game is over. You're trying to be Penny? Get into it. Okay, I have mixed feelings on Penny. I feel like I was in, oh, when I rated Gar Jam, Gar was talking like kind of a little bit of shit about Penny. I agreed with the sentiments that, you know, Penny is a little annoying, but I do think that she, I said this in there and I'll say it in here. I think Penny represents a lot of young people who are very insecure, but are also preferring to live this alternative aesthetic, alternative lifestyle. In a lot of ways, she is also a representative of a lot of people in the younger generation of Pokemon players. I would say anybody who like, or rather in the newer generations of Pokemon players, people who started playing Pokemon in generation, I would say anywhere after generation 5. You know, like she's like chronically online. That's no shade. But it's very clear she's chronically online. She's experienced a lot of negativity, and there is like this whole section of people who experience like what we can only call nerd culture, right? That are not in communities or not in spaces where that is like prioritized. And up until very recently, that's like been like the focus. That's why a lot of people in like my age range, for example, will say, I never told anyone that I played Pokemon when I was in school, because I personally, I didn't. Like, unless you saw me playing it, you weren't, like, me and you were probably not gonna have a conversation about it unless we were very close. Because sometimes I would bring my games to school, especially when it was newer. Like when generation it was like when Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire came out, I did bring my DS to school and I would play it during lunch sometimes, but it was never like a consistent thing. And like that was also when I was playing like New Leaf, Animal Crossing, but I was not going out of my way to have those conversations with people who I didn't think gave a fuck, because there were so many judgmental people around me all the time. I think Penny represents the collective, that aspect of the collective, where there are people who experience a lot of negativity for their interests, or also for their personality quirks. But at the same time, while she's experienced all that, she's also still a very talented and intelligent individual, to the extent that she manipulates a lot. She's been able to manipulate so many people around her for so long. And also, she is like, you know, hacking computers to the extent that she's stealing the equivalent of credit in this game. Yeah, honestly, Milotic, or that's not Milotic, Mobsuki, honestly, it's reminding me a little bit of, Junker Queen. You know how there were the Junker Queen voice lines? So there was like, there's a character, and Junker Queen was a character, but like, we didn't see her for a long time. I also think, though, before we start the DLC of, before we go to, Itakami, we are gonna have a little bit of an outfit change. Although I give y'all a lot of things that you can decide on for this playthrough, which is part of the reason why it's been such a big project, I will say. I'm going to be picking out that outfit. And even though it's probably going to be predictable, but I'm still excited. And they didn't, you're right. But also, that would be true for any large institution like that. Like, it's not that they wouldn't notice or that they would notice, but they have so much money that that's going in and out all the time. It would, in theory, be relatively easy to, you know, siphon money out. And that's basically what she did. Like, if you know what you're doing, it's not going to be like the world's like most difficult issue to be like, oh, let me just send a few little dollars here, a few little dollars here. Some money over to this trainer, some money over to this friend, some money over to this situation. And the crazy part is Clavel didn't even notice. Like, Clavel should have been the first person to be like, where is all this LP coming from? I know he's not the head of the league, but it didn't even seem to occur to him. And when I beat Pneumonia and put her in her place for once and for all, am I going to respect her name and pronouns? I've always respected Pneumonia's pronouns, but her name, although her name is the pronoun, her name, no. I'm still gonna call her Pneumonia. I've been calling her Pneumonia since 2023, and I'm not gonna stop now. Yeah, with no random judgment, exactly. And I think that's the that's the freedom in being an adult with these kinds of games. Is like you're not suffering at the hand of somebody else's opinions or negative opinions, especially because a lot of that shit is based in like weird things that we're not going to talk about on the stream. Like, hey, like honestly, hating a lot of like, especially gaming and like technology, hating a lot of that is so anti-science, anti-technology, anti-entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Anti-alternative lifestyle, and those things all share core beliefs in some very problematic ideological systems. Me too, V. That's why I'm playing a Pokemon game with myself on 2 different Switch devices right now in front of you. And then later on this month, I'm going to be raising money so that I can get a 3rd one. And I'm probably not going to get rid of the other 2 either. Because like somebody, one of your favorite streamers, told me that I should get rid of one of my Switch devices, my Switch Lite. I was like, why would I sell it? I've been enjoying the fuck out of these Switches, especially because like the Switch Lite that I have, it's almost kind of like my OLED Switch. While I do use it very often, it's almost like I use this for streaming, and streaming gives me money, and I prioritize that experience over certain other experiences that I might have had with the Switch had it not been specifically for money. I did not mean to stumble upon this Orthworm outbreak. Do we have a shiny Orthworm? I feel like Orthworm was one of the Pokemon that we actually didn't go for. I feel like, or if I remember correctly, Orthworm was one of the Pokemon that was like, it was a possibility that I could put it on the list like this, but I didn't put it on the list. Exactly, and I regret, like, I believe I still have my old Game Boy SP. Actually, I have not opened it. I know I have my old Switch. It's my old Switch devices. I have both my Switch Lite. It's blue, and then I have my not my Switch, my DS Lite. I'm sorry, and also my 3DS XL, which is what I graduated to immediately, and they're both blue. I still have my 3DS XL. I actually put a case on it, like an aluminum case, so it's very protected. But the screens need replacing, and so does that little like thumb pad, the little circular thumb pad that you use. All right, let me look up a recipe for a. Let's do a poison type sandwich. And like I remember getting rid of so many of my old games and stuff because like I don't have the majority of the games that I had for my Game Boy Advance are gone. I probably only had like 10 games maybe, but like I don't have them anymore. I have like my old game of Pokemon Yellow. I have like Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Fire Red, and then I have my old Switch Lite. And I have my Switch 3DS XL, which I was trying to mod, so it's not even the same as it was when I originally played it, because I didn't realize when I was modding it that I had to reset it. And that was a choice, honestly, because I was not backed up. Things that I don't regret though is that I really thoroughly enjoyed the games that I played, and I also really thoroughly enjoy making content for y'all. So I would love to play like older games, other games on my on a DS. I would love to play DS games for y'all on stream, especially Pokemon games because I'm obsessed with Pokemon. I always have been. I would love to do some kind of playthrough, Girlypop block or otherwise, of like, I don't know, Pokemon Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. Obsessed with those games anyway. I would love to play that for y'all. With y'all, for y'all, whatever. Yokai Watch is another really good game. I haven't played it, but I know it's good. But even in my wildest dreams, like if you had told me, I don't know, if you had told me when I was like a teenager that in less than a decade from now, you're going to be playing on 2 different Nintendo handheld devices for sometimes dozens, even sometimes up to hundreds of people, not normally, but sometimes, online, you're going to be playing Pokemon games and enjoying these Pokemon games with these people to the extent that they're excited and they have attachments to the Pokemon that you're playing with. I wouldn't believe you. And I knew about gaming content. I knew about streaming. I knew about a lot of those things. I've never been like a huge I've never been into like the top gamers. I've never been that because I really don't like a lot of games. But you know, it's just an experience. I believe if you have a poison type sandwich on, you're going to isolate the room anyway. So it's gonna be a really like a bountiful um outbreak in this area because this is the area where you can like really isolate the room. And I have level 3. I keep doing that. I have a level 3 poison, a title, and encounter. Maybe not that bountiful. Maybe it's the steel type that's real. That's what isolates it. I don't remember. I'd have to go look at my resources. But I really don't mind. It's a pretty good. It's a pretty good spot for a outbreak. But I might have made that up. Maybe it's during the day. Or maybe I was right, because look at all these varooms. Look at all those chickens. Look at all those little sentient car engines. I don't know if we're actually going to do a shiny hunt before we go for tomorrow's episode. Tomorrow's episode's probably just going to be a very casual, like, we're going to go into the Great Crater of Paldea and see what happens kind of episode. Luigi's Mansion. Well, you're going to have to wait a long time because you know I wouldn't play that until, like, October. Isn't there a Luigi's Mansion game on, Twitch? Or is it port? Hey, I have a whole bunch of games. If you ever want to see all the games that I would like to play on stream for you, check out my throne. There's a bunch of games on there that I have yet to play that I would love to play, including but not limited to any of the games in the Bayonetta series, the most recent edition of the Monkey Ball games, among others. And I need to add more, actually. And all you have to do is have one of the moderators hit ! Throne for you. Thank you, V. I'm not close-minded to Luigi's Mansion. I actually, one of my things on my to-do list is I need to actually update some of the things on my throne, since that's where I'm going to be hosting the donation link for my Switch 2 fund. And, you know, y'all are going to be up on there looking at it. I might as well put some other things that I might like on there. Look at all these Ghastlies. What if I found a shiny Ghastly today? I shouldn't go for shiny Ghastly. I'm supposed to be going for Varoom, but... you could buy me Bomb Rush, thank you. I would play it on stream. That would probably be a Peachy kind of playthrough, though, not a Pinky kind of playthrough. You have a shiny Gengar named Gen M. Hey, we're gonna see a little bit of a Peachy playthrough real soon. That's what voting on Team Baddie gets you. Hi, CMB122498. How are you doing, CMB? What are you up to? Anything fun? Do you have to work today? Do you want to play repo later? You just woke up. Good morning. Good morning. And you do work. Oh my god. Joy Cam, nice things. For the badge quest, the way that I'm actually gonna have it set up is I'm gonna be normally going for regular stream times throughout the badge quests. I might extend some of the streams like to be like 4 hours, you know, or however long, or having them go as long as they need to go until I get whatever I need to get done finished. But I'm probably gonna just be like casually doing the subathon times and still doing like the viewer rewards when we meet the thresholds for them. But it's not going to be I'm going to be streaming for 12 hours every 2 days kind of stream. Just because I feel like we will all have a better experience if I'm just putting the regular amount of energy into the streams as I normally would with a few extra things, as opposed to putting double the amount of energy into the length of the streams and then also adding on to the, onto the stream content. It would just be too much. So I'm definitely going to be available to do other stuff outside of streams next week and until the subathon is over. Everyone's getting canceled. Well, you did just wake up. The night is still young, but your shift starts in like an hour and a half, so, or like an hour. Is it an hour or is it 2? And so are we. R.I.P. Nicki Minaj. I'm sick. We can't even sing Nicki Minaj songs anymore. Y'all don't cancel me. I don't support her. Not on the least reciting the old texts. It's been a long time coming since that subathon, though. I must say, it's been a long time coming. They normally start canceling at 5:30-ish. Maybe you'll get canceled then. Megatron was actually not even named after the Nicki Minaj song. Fun fact. Megatron was actually named after the character Megatron. Not after anything to do with Nicki Minaj. Shiny alert! Shiny alert! Y'all didn't see it, but trust me, it's right there. Varoom said, fuck that. I need name ideas for my shiny female Varoom. I did not level up Big Juicy. Get into it. Motown. Porsche. Kia Asylum. Definitely not that. It's not that. Okay. Number 293. Varoom, the single sill Pokemon. Steel and poison type. The steel section is Varoom's actual body. The Pokemon clings to rocks and converts the minerals within to energy to fuel its activities. Varoom, the single sill Pokemon. Would you like to give Varoom a nickname? Hello, thank you, Wendigo. Hello. Welcome in. Me mom's car. Highway Unicorn Road to Love. We can be strong, out on that lonely ride, on the road to love. I'm on the road, I'm on the road to love. Subaru. Do y'all want to name her Subaru? Do we have any, do we have a third vote for Subaru? I think that's so funny. Universe, Steven Universe. I'm on the road, I'm on the road to love. She's just an American hybrid, riding a dream. And she's got a rainbow syrup in her heart that she bleeds. She don't care if your papers or your love is the law. She's a free soul burning roads with the flag in her bra. Oh, point right. Oh, ride, pony tonight. Let's look at her summary. We never actually looked at, we never looked at the summary of yesterday's shiny either. We can be strong, out on that lonely ride, on the road to love. We can be strong, follow that unicorn, on the road to love. I'm on the road, I'm being jumped. I'm on the road to love. That's her drag race name. Yeah, Miss Subaru, she does drag racing on the side. In drag. We still have a little bit of juice left in this poison type sandwich. Should we go for something? How much time do we have? We have 15 minutes. Should we go for something? What should we go for? What's a poison type that we could go for in Paldea really quickly? Seviper, maybe? I don't have Seviper in this game. I have Zangoose, huh? Wait, no, Seviper is not a type exclusive, or not a game exclusive. What are some other poison types that I could go for? Toxel? True. And I know a good place for Toxel too. Shout out to Bardo from the Pokemon Shield playthrough. Do we have any other ideas? What are the other poison types? Poison Jam. GSR reference. Get into it. I am not going to go for Quillfish. I'm going to be so real with you. There's Venonat and Venomoth. There's Toxicroak. I don't want to waste my time. At least not for too long. There's Krogunk. There's the Ghastly line. What if we went for a Salazzle? The place to isolate Salazzle and or Salandit is actually Alfrenata Cave. Hello? That's the shiny right there. That is the shiny right there. That is the shiny right there. Literally right there. That is the shiny right there. No, it's not. It looked like the shiny though. It's not, but it did look like it. It did look like it. She got me, but it did look like it. Like, you can't tell me that's not the shiny. It did look like it. You have to agree with me. She just glistens and gleams a little bit. Also, it seems that we're getting a lot of toxicity in here, which means that you have to probably isolate the Salazzle and Salandit via a fire type sandwich in this area, not a poison type sandwich. Although I really just don't want to add a toxicity to the team like that. I thought it was the shiny. I'm being so real with you. I really thought it was the shiny. I mean, maybe if we get like an amped form toxicity, I'd be okay with that. Your sake, how do you think I feel? Let's go back to Zalizapa Passage. Maybe we'll find one there. The likelihood of it being a female is really low, though. The other area that you can get, that you isolate, Salandit and them is, actually in, it looked like it was so shiny. It looked like it was the shiny because it was glistening so much. I think V might be right, though. Maybe we should just go for Toxel. Because shiny hunting Salandit in general is just a gamble that I really don't want to partake in right now. So we're going to go for Toxel. Sorry for the fake out, y'all. That was like such a, ugh. So for these like last 10 minutes, I'm just going to be locked in looking for a shiny Toxel. They're red. They spawn up here, up and through this hoe, especially in this area. And they were isolated with the poison type sandwich. And the part of the reason I know that is because I've been up here to shiny hunt Toxel multiple times. Right on the lease. It's all about pride in the self, right? Right. Oh, speaking of the bitch. There she is. And also these. I really don't want one of these though, so we're gonna leave this area. Hello? I came to slay, bitch. Oh. Well, I hope that you enjoy your gaming, V. I did not come to play with you hoes. Is that Halucher? What if that Halucher was shiny? But you can't read Japanese, please. Well, it's time to learn, actually. Clock it, clock it. Once this sandwich is over, we're heading straight to Mesa Gosa. We're not. We're actually going to do a Union Circle, and then we're going straight to Mesa Gosa. We're going to evolve Big Juicy, and then we're going to Mesa Gosa. And maybe also... I know that's right! Kaya Mai. Do we think that Shiny Varoom is a flop or a bop? Or rather a pop, either? And then the next one will be Toxel. What do you think Toxel is a flop or a bop? I like it too. It is gold, and it's a pretty gold too. I do enjoy it. RIP to PPP VGC 3. I thought that was the shiny. I actually think that we're out of juice for this sandwich. All right, let's level up Big Juicy to what it seems to be is at least level 63, yeah. And while we're at it, I actually think that we need to add another shiny to this playthrough that we don't already have. Since we did catch that shiny Veluza and we need to make things interesting. I don't know who named this Jigglypuff Tyla, but somebody gave me a Jigglypuff named Tyla. That one's not going to be part of the playthrough, but I will be choosing a Pokemon to add to the playthrough to replace the Veluza that we have, the extra Veluza that we caught like 3 episodes ago that we never switched out. Because that Veluza needs to be added to my collection. Right, Catboy. I love the Easter egg of the game being developed by Genom Corp. And while I'm doing this, I will play some music for you all. And the fashion review is coming up, so look at some of these lovely edits of these looks that I've done for the fashion review. Who should I add? Hmm. I'm trying to pick something cute that's going to stay like interesting or cute while when it evolves. Okay, I'm gonna skip that for now because like there's not a lot of Pokemon that I would like to add to this playthrough right now. That's part of the reason why I never added one. Oh, this one would be fun. Let's do this one. Okay, I'm almost ready. I'm almost ready. Just give me like a few more moments. I picked the Pokemon we're gonna be adding to the playthrough. Get into it, get into it, get into it, get into it, get into it. This one is gonna need a little bit of a Everstone until further notice. Because I'm leveling it up. Okay, now let's go back to the link trade. We can get rid of this. All right, y'all. If you would like to see what Pokemon I'm going to be adding to the playthrough to replace Veluza, lock in. So first things first, we're going to be sending the Jigglypuff named Tyla back. And that one's going to be traded with Big Juicy. Welcome back, Big Juicy. Next, we are going to be sending away the extra Veluza that we have. And we're going to be sending that in for this icon. Meet Lumeria. Number 228, Zorua, the tricky fox Pokemon, a dark type. To protect themselves from danger, they hide their true identities by transforming into people and Pokemon. Zorua. Lumeria is a level 64, or level 65 shiny Zorua who will be added to the upcoming vote in. So if you would like to see Lumeria added in, there you go. Before we actually start any voting or anything like that, though, I do want to take a lovely picture with our new Varoom, Subaru. It's so dark. Let's see. I was trying to get him to stay in one spot so that we could actually get like a visual of what he looked like as opposed to like some kind of confusion. Because these things do not have eyes in the front of their head at all. Yes. Okay, now let's get one with the Dreepy. Just for shits and giggles. Okay, what's the other shiny that we got the other day? Because we got the Dreepy yesterday, we got the Varoom today. What was the shiny that we got the day before that? Did I miss it? What was the shiny we got on Monday? Oh my god. Oh, this thing. Spinkies. I'm on the road, oh, I'm on the road to love. And now we're adding the Zorua. Isn't it a baby? Isn't it a baby? Isn't it a baby? I think it's a baby. We're gonna post these. I'm gonna post these on my social media right now. Before we get to the next phase of the playthrough, since we have a little bit of time, I was like not rushing to like do the battle just yet. Get your hot rods ready to rumble, 'cause we're gonna fall in love tonight. Get your hot rods ready to rumble, 'cause we're gonna drink until we die. Until we die. All right. Let's add these pictures to this post. I gotta get a little bit of promo in, a little bit of promo going on. I can't believe we named that thing Subaru. Did I say her name was Lumeria? I think so. A little bit of promo. Hi, Para. How are you? And then I'll quote this and I'll add the pictures that I took the other day. That was yesterday. Yeah, I figured might as well give y'all a little bit of a behind the scenes. Because I wanted to post this. And I can be a tad forgetful. All right. Give me 2 seconds while I post this to my Discord server. All right, let's roll. Okay, so now that we've added all these cuties to the team, to the roster, it's going to be a pretty intense series of votes probably, so prepare yourself for that. But first things first, we actually need to put Hanky back on the team and have a little bit of a conversation. But before that, why don't we evolve? No, we'll have our conversation first. And that conversation is going to be called a delineation. So for today's episode of the Badge Quest, we need to talk about who's going to be our voter safety. As soon as we get to Mesa Gosa, essentially we're going to be battling with pneumonia. So we need to decide who it is that we are going to be adding to our, or who we're going to be giving voter safety and protecting from any removal from the team. The question is as follows: who deserves voter safety? And this is basically a popularity contest where you're going to be choosing between the following. Tamari, the Tinkaton, who has won voter safety twice in a row since we brought this back this year. We have Squelch, the Gudra, a long-standing icon of the team. We have Kyanite, the Rockruff. And lastly, we have Mantra, the Arboliva. We did get a sneak peek of Pneumonia's team last episode by accident. So if you would like to keep that in mind, you can keep that in mind. However, I'm allowing additional votes for 1 channel point per vote for 2 minutes. You may start voting on your favorite team member starting now. And while you all are doing that, I'm going to be preparing the icons. And it looks like that was the poll, with the results being that the team member who has voter safety for today's episode is none other than Kyanite the Rockruff. Congratulations to Kyanite. That means that Kyanite is no longer up for elimination for today, and will be able to live to see the day that they become a Lycan Rock. Thank you so much for voting in this poll. Now, before we move on to go and defeat Pneumonia, I do want to go and find an item for Big Juicy. I want to give Big Juicy a leftovers. But I need to go and get one of those first. And in this game, you can purchase them in Medali at Delibird Presents. Or no, it seems that you can get one in Medali, but then you can also buy them at Delibird Presents in the Cascarafa branch, which is over here. Which is, since that's closer, the Cascarafa branch is not over here, it's on the desert, so that's over here. So let's go buy one of those. Bye, Andalise. I see Catboy is excited about the playthrough. A Squelch fan and a Kyanite fan. Where's the Delibird presents? Big Juicy's getting the biggest glow up. I want you to know. Because we're not done with her just yet. What is this? Is this an ice stone? I can use this on one of my Pokemon. I'm gonna use this on Big Juicy. Number 362, Titan, the Terra Whale Pokemon, an Ice type. Ice energy builds up in the horn on its upper jaw, causing the horn to reach cryogenic temperatures that freeze its surroundings. Titan, the Terra Whale Pokemon. Now we can give her the leftovers. Thank you. Oh, she's gorgeous. Let's take our picture like right here, maybe. You look good just how you are, Big Juicy. Me taking all the pictures and then posting them immediately is kind of sending me, but I'm gonna do it. Because Big Juicy's a big baddie. You're gonna have to go and see that post yourself. But I am putting it up. I love all of that. I don't know why it's not posting the little thing. You know how sometimes it does like a little embed and sometimes it doesn't? All right, let's move back on. Make sure that while I go up and battle against Pneumonia that you cheer me on. We're flying to... where? Mesagosa. Well, let's enter into the town from the south end. That way we can have like a little bit of a visual. Not the pretty big baddie! Yes! Eat your heart out, Brunhilde, honestly. To freedom! Exactly. Big Juicy is kind of cheeky.
Because it's iconic. And I love to do iconic shit.
Here we go on our way to finally put Pneumonia to rest. I've caught a lot of shinies in Paldea so far, and I think there are still a few more that we can capture. But before we get there, we have a task to take care of, and that task is the challenge that Pneumonia has set forth for us. There she is. Are y'all ready? Because I'm ready. You're sad. Any second now. Ah, there you are, Pommy. Are you ready for a battle between champions? Because all these folks here seem ready to watch. Word got around, I guess. And out of every single person gathered here, I'm the most excited by a mile. Even La Primera showed up. The stage is set. It's my all-out power versus your strength in full fruition. Let's see who comes out on top. Oh, she has a Lichen Rock too. But we got Big Juicy on our side. Finally, the thing I've waited for all this time for. Time to begin our greatest battle of all. I'm actually going to switch. If we're going to be dealing with the Lichen Rock, we're going to send out Mantra first. That's kind of nice. Their other cousin. Right. Mantra, energy ball. Avoid it. She avoided the stone edge. And she one-hit the Lycan Rock. That's my mantra. Bitch, you didn't teach me nothing about no tight matchups. Palmot. Easy. Earthworm. Squelch, use Fire Blast. It missed. Ouch. Try it again. I know that's right. All this time on the team, these baddies better know how to take out especially a Pokemon from pneumonia. The Dunsparce. The natural choice would be Kyanite. Let's see what happens. Kyanite's so baby. I don't want to send him out and then he gets like taken down. Not dragon. Oh. How do you like my real hard hits? Man, it feels good to finally let loose. Oh, she's crazy. Oh, she's crazy. She's crazy. And she must be stopped. Drill run. Oh, not Kyanite. No more playing around. It's just that none of my Pokemon are like super strong fighting type moves. Like none of them are like prepared to fight like a strong normal type like this. Because it's uncommon to fight normal types like that in the first place. Another drill run. Is drill run a steel type? Like, is that a steel type move? Seed Sower. Finally, something to back up the team. And that's my mantra. She's sending out Goodra. How many Pokemon does she have left? She should only have 2 left, right? It's the Gudra, and then it's gonna be the Ace. Blizzard. Oh. That didn't do much. I love Titan. Another Dragon Pulse. Oh, this is scary. But the Gudra has no defense. Now here comes the It Girl herself. Hanky Candle. It's all down to this, my last Pokemon. We're gonna fight with everything we've got. We've got to be prepared. Arena Crash. Not Shadow Ball. She tanked it. Oh my god, I was scared for my life. We're gonna heal up. And this is the origins of Team Lumina. And it missed. Hanky Candle avoided. Oh my god, Hanky Candle is the It Girl. And that's it. Literally everybody from the team except for Kyanite took someone out. Mantra took out 2. You did it! This is legit incredible. You're the strongest out there, Pommy. Oh, she's tripping. She's tripping. I mean, you knocked me flat, and I was giving you absolutely everything I had. Everything I... Oh my god. Oh man, Pokemon battling, am I right? Why is she so tall? It's so much better, so much fun than I ever imagined. Thanks for that incredible match. You beat me. She's so intense. Before round 2. And that was Victory Road. Your phone is ringing. Yo, Arvin here. And his fucking dog. Whoa, down boy, don't jump me like that. It seems like hearing your voice has old Mabostif here all worked up. Oh, but that's not why I called. Nearly forgot. You remember what we talked about before, about going to Area Zero? Yeah? Of course you do. You little know-it-all. Got a mind like a steel trap, eh? Well, all the effort you've been putting in around Paldea has really helped you make a name for yourself. Built up some goodwill, that's for sure. So I'll be able to secure 2 allies who want to go to Area Zero with us. That should have us ready to tackle anything. So now, we've all just gotta get there. First step will be gathering at Area Zero. I'll be ready and waiting at the Zero Gate. I'll send you the location on your phone, too. Don't leave me hanging forever. We're gonna be there tomorrow. We'll be waiting. Bye, Mabostif. How fun. So tomorrow's stream is going to be a little different for the badge quest, where we're going to be starting out the badge quest with specifically meeting at the areas at the Zero Gate. There is not going to be an elimination next episode, meaning that the team that we end with today is going to be the team that we use throughout Area Zero. That is not going to be Team Lumina, but that will also be the team that we are going to be using throughout the duration of the subathon, most likely, unless I decide to do something different, which I might, because we are going to be capturing during the subathon. We are going to be capturing the other legendary Pokemon that were not already a part of the playthrough. So I am going to be taking up the time to go and collect all the stakes throughout Paldea, and we are going to be capturing all the Pokemon associated with those stakes in the first place. And trust, the stakes will be high. But before we do any of that, we need to have another conversation. So, while we did have a great, beautiful, fun battle with pneumonia, we still have to take somebody off the team. While you did vote for Kyanite to be the voter safety, Big Juicy is the newest member of the team, therefore she has immunity. And Hanky Candle is the it girl, long-standing. We still have to remove somebody from the team, and our options for today happen to all be standing right next to each other. And I will tell you who they are in a brief moment after I give you the question posed for this poll. Here's my question for all of you for right now. Who should go to the box. And the answer can be any of the following. Tamari, the Tinkaton. Squelch, the Goodra. Or Mantra, the Arboliva. For 2 channel points per vote for 2 minutes, you may start voting now. Here is the poll. And while you all work on that, I'm going to work on adding some, figuring out who it is that I'm going to be adding to the vote in poll. And that is the poll. So it looks like the winner of today's poll, meaning that the person who's leaving the team, is Tamari the Tinkaton. Oh, y'all are nasty. Y'all are nasty. Well, there you go. Tamari's gone. That means that we have another question to be answered here. And that question is the following. Who is joining us for our trip to Area Zero? And the answer can be any of the following. We have Spirit Air, the Dreepy, we have Lumeria, the Zorua, we have another opportunity to bring back Tamari the Tinkaton. We have Abracadabra, the Hatterene, attempting a return to the team. And lastly, we have Subaru, the Varoom. For this poll, do not consider their leveling or their evolution, their place in their evolutionary line, because they are very likely to evolve if I were to level them up, and if I add them to the team at this point, I'm going to have to level them up. So don't consider their level, and don't consider where they're at in their evolutionary line, because some of them will be evolved by next episode regardless of what we do. I will be evolving Kyanite off screen, and I probably will record it and post it in the Discord if you would like to see. For 2 channel points per vote, once again, you may start voting now. And we will be having none other than Tamari the Tinkaton, the slighted from the last poll, watching over this poll. But feel no guilt. If you do not want her on the team, don't vote for her. And as we are moving to about the halfway mark of the poll, we have Spirit Air with 142 votes, going over 150 votes now, with Lumeria the Zorua with over 180 votes at the very moment, and Subaru the Varoom with just under 70 votes. There are no votes for Abracadabra the Hatterene or Tamari the Tinkaton. It seems that we're tired of high-level fairy-type Pokemon in this playthrough. And that is the poll, which means Spirit Air, the Dreepy, is being added to the playthrough. Welcome to the team, Spirit Air. And that also means here is your team for episode 22 of the Pretty Pink Badge Quest with the Girlypop twist. I don't need to go to the Poke Portal. I need to do a campsite. If it'll let me. Hello?
Hi.
And there we go. That's all she wrote for today's episode. Now let's get out of here. We are going to be raiding into Damsel's stream. Damsel is currently playing Pokemon White, I believe, as part of her Girlypop lock, unless she's not live. She is still live. Copy the raid message and send it in Damsel's chat when we pull up. I will see you all very soon. I'm sure some of y'all are already in there, but still, come through with the raid. I'll see y'all next time. Tomorrow, we are going to be going through Area 0. Bye.